There's no wrong way to be an entrepreneur, and that's the dirty little secret the business gurus don't want you to know. They want you to do things their way, but their way may not be your way. The key to success is finding the strategies that work best for you. Welcome to the 6 Ways with Jerry Potter.
Here we go. 6 ways to market your business with vertical video. We're talking TikToks, YouTube Shorts, Facebook and Instagram Reels. 82% of all Instagram content all internet traffic is video content, and it's increasingly these vertical and short form videos. So my guest today has built up an audience of over 500,000 people using vertical video and now helps other entrepreneurs do the exact same thing. She is also host of the Keenya Kelly podcast. Keenya, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. That intro video, I said, look at Jerry.
Before the pandemic, I got out in front of people more and starting to do that again this year, which is
yes, I love it.
Which is nice. So let's talk about vertical video. And the first thing I kind of want to address with this is, some people are hesitant with the tech, and some people are hesitant to be on camera, and some people are hesitant about what to say, and we'll get into all that. But take us back to when you first started creating vertical video. Like, what was your mindset and emotional state and worries and fears, if you had any, when you kind of first started out with that?
Yeah, my honest to God thought was like, oh my God, I'm going to die. That was like my, immediate
just that?
thought,
okay.
Because that was Periscope, because that Periscope was vertical back in 2016. And so I was just like live, like, I don't know what to say. Like, I was so afraid. I did like the sound of my voice and all these different things. But I was watching people that I knew make a significant amount of money using Periscope. And so I started there. And so when the pandemic hit and I was kind of praying for a creative strategy and I felt like I heard God tell me TikTok, I was like, I didn't think I was going to die. I was kind of past that. But I was also like, this has got to be the devil. There's no way that I'm hearing this right. And I got onto the app and I was like, why are all these kids dancing? What is going on here? It didn't make any sense to me. It was also extremely intimidating because there were so many buttons and features. And I was used to being a live streamer, a long form content type of person. So I didn't know how in the world I was going to create content that was going to be short, that would cause people to know me or want to get to know me or want to work with me.
That's fascinating. I didn't realize that you kind of had your original, what you were doing was lives and long form stuff, because me originally was longer videos on YouTube, 5 to 18 minutes or whatever. And all of a sudden it was like, I've got 15 seconds. Like, what, what am I going to do here? I saw a guy giving a TEDx talk, and it was all about how vertical video is the future. And he was talking, like really extreme, like he didn't say this, but the premise almost seemed to be like, our TVs that are on the wall right now, pretty soon we're going to be turning them vertical. Like, that's like, he was like, Hollywood's going to make vertical videos, vertical movies. Like, that was his kind of prediction. And I just thought, okay, yes, vertical video is here and it's not going anywhere, but that's a little extreme. And he said, remember when nobody thought people would look at websites on their phone? And now, if you look at a website on your phone and you have to turn your phone sideways because it's not mobile friendly, you're like, what's wrong with this website? What's wrong with this company? So, once he said that, I was like, okay, I don't think widescreen video is going away, but do you see a place where, we would actually turn our TVs sideways on the wall if it's not like a menu at McDonald's?
Yeah, that sounds kind of weird when we think about it. But if we look at all of what we have experienced all of our lives, everything we do today was weird 10 years ago or 20 years ago. Like, the thought of us looking into a computer screen and talking to each other in different parts of the country and people are here live was weird. And so, yeah, I guess I could see it because I'm like, everything else goes there. And like, I don't really enjoy having to turn my phone this way to watch a movie. I want to look at it vertical, so I can see it.
That was the other thing that I think he said, was that we hold our phones vertically like 95% of the time or something like that.
Yes, we
I
do.
didn't write that down, but that is obviously the more comfortable way to do it. So, all right, we're going to share 6 ways to market your business with vertical video. Kenya's got 3. I brought 3. And also our question of the week from Kylie. She said, I've been posting lots of Instagram Reels. I'm reaching lots of new people, but it's not turning into sales. What am I doing wrong? And so we will get into that a little bit. So make sure you stay till the end for that. All right. Rock, paper, scissors to see who goes first.
Yes, let's go.
All right. Here we go. One.
Wait. Is it 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2,
One,
go?
2, 3, shoot.
Okay.
That's a good question. All right. Here we go.
Ready?
1, 2, 3, shoot. Okay, we both did scissors. So tie goes to the guest, I guess. So you can go first. How about that?
Awesome. So my first tip is all about like the platforms, right? So as a business person, one of the platforms you really want to be focusing on right now is Facebook Reels, it is Instagram Reels, it is YouTube Shorts, and it is still TikTok. Granted, I'm there partial with LinkedIn too, but it's those four. And the reason is because one, that's where people are spending their time. You know, even though like as it pertains to TikTok, people keep thinking that their target audience isn't there. Like if you look at the data for TikTok's demographics right now, at least 30% of people on TikTok are over 31. TikTok, when the government talked about banning TikTok, they had a 16% increase of boomers joining the platform.
Let's see what's going on over here.
You know, and so it's like people aren't like leaving. They're there and they're consuming because they want to receive what they want to receive, which is being entertained. And so if you're learning how to use vertical video in general, like let's just say you're starting on Facebook, then it's really smart as a business to go like, okay, I may not have this big, large YouTube channel, but I can actually take 2 minutes and upload it to YouTube Shorts and see what it does. And what I'm experiencing is my YouTube channel is starting to grow. My LinkedIn is growing. All the platforms that we're repurposing each piece of content is starting to grow that platform and our email list. So like, I've never really focused on LinkedIn, but when I live stream, I stream to LinkedIn and I'm watching people watch me on LinkedIn, watch my short form video, and then they're opting into my email list.
And so you're seeing the evidence of that happening, which is obviously the ultimate, the ultimate motivation to keep going with that. And so when you're putting these on LinkedIn, because LinkedIn does not have a traditional short form, like vertical video format, right. You're just taking your videos and uploading them as a regular video on LinkedIn.
Well, LinkedIn, when you go to upload a video, they're starting to have some of those functionality that TikTok has. It's way far behind, but they have like, I think the captions feature and some of the other things. And if there is space for me to like add a feature from LinkedIn, then I will do that. Otherwise, I just upload it and put a nice caption that leads people to wanting to watch the video.
Very nice. Okay. All right. 6 ways to market your business with vertical video. Number 2, there's a unique way that I think we can get the attention of strangers that are watching these videos. We have to remember, generally, they don't know who we are yet. You know, if we're reaching non-followers, they don't like us, they don't trust us, and they don't, that they're not there to necessarily learn about businesses. But there's an interesting combination that I find works really well, and I teach this to my members in Social Media Leads Lab. And it's a combination of talking about the pain points, which is typical for marketing. What are the pain points that they have that your problem, the thing you do solves, but then also giving them hope. And so they're kind of opposites, but nobody opens TikTok to be like, let me feel bad about myself today, right? It happens, unfortunately, but that's not why they're there. And so if you can be the entrepreneur who not only, highlights what they're going through, but also gives them hope, I think that can make a massive difference. So I have a woman in my program, Diana, who's creating this course for women who, don't feel seen at work and they're getting passed over for promotions and in life in general. And so for her, the pain points would be something along the lines of, are you getting passed over for promotions? People don't take you seriously at work. You say things and then later somebody else makes the same suggestion and you're like, what? That was my thing, that's the pain point. And then of course the hope would be, it doesn't have to be that way. And you don't have to change who you are for it to happen. And so I think that's an important part, because if you just destroy people by telling them all the things they're hurting from, which I see people do all the time in these videos, you're just not quite going to have the impact that you will, because if you can show them that and give them hope, they're going to be like, okay, tell me more, help me solve this now. So
exactly.
All right, 6 ways to market your business with vertical video. Number 3, go, Keenya.
Yeah, so I definitely would say is brand awareness. So when you look at what we are traditionally doing on social media, we may be writing posts, putting blog posts, or we may be doing long form content, or just like live stream long form content, or just uploading content. When you're using short vertical video, it's really helping you with brand awareness a lot faster. Okay. Because the attention span of a person right now is like 8 to 11 seconds. It's really, really, really short. And so when you're learning the art of being able to create one piece of content that is 1 minute or less, is giving people an opportunity to get to know you, like, and trust, like Jerry said earlier. But it's also like the person has this pain point and maybe you're solving a portion of it with the tip that you gave them. You're giving them this quick win faster, right? So like if someone's going to read an email, it's going to take a lot longer than 1 minute, right? If someone's going to watch this live stream, it's going to take longer than 1 minute. But if you learn how to just create little pieces of content that just gives them this tip on that, or you talk whatever it is you're talking about, you're giving people this opportunity to, one, know that you exist, two, to get to like you, and then three, they may choose to connect with you by following or opting in. Like when I think about my life in 2019, it's very different in 2023 than 19. And only because I started creating short form video and I was doing it in this really creative way that would cause people to like stop and go, what is she doing? And what is going on? And that as a result has caused me to be on every podcast, known to man, all the different stages. And then our business was able to grow because of getting ourselves in front of more people faster creatively.
I love that you said, let them know that you exist, which is obviously what we all want as entrepreneurs. But I can't tell you how often, I have to, remind my members or even remind myself that just showing up can make a difference. I taught a workshop a couple of weeks ago where it was actually all about these, vertical short form videos. But I posted about it on my Facebook personal profile, which I don't do a lot of business on there. And a ton of people came in. And then now they're looking at other workshops that I sell and things like that. And it's just like, oh yeah, keep showing up, dummy. Like,
yeah. I mean, you just never know. It's like, it's just these little consistent things that we think are dumb, but it's like, it's not. It's all about showing up.
Yeah. All right. 6 ways to market your business with vertical video. Number 4, I love the ability that we have to reply to comments with a new vertical video. Now, you can't do this on Facebook yet, or at least I don't have access to it, but you can do this on Instagram Reels, TikToks, and YouTube Shorts. And what that means is if anybody comments on your content, you can essentially turn that into a vertical video. And there's great things about this because, one, you don't have to come up with the content ideas. 2, if somebody made the comment or is asking about it, it's probably, interesting to other people. And 3, I love the fact that, when you go to create it, it shows the comment or the question on the screen. So there's this social proof built in. So now you're not, another random person on TikTok or Instagram Reels. It's like, oh, this person already has people. And it's amazing how much that builds it in. And so on TikTok, you can do it on the TikTok videos. Instagram Reels, the same thing. On YouTube, if you have a YouTube channel, you can make one out of any comment, even on longer videos. Not any comment like from other people's videos. That would be cool, wouldn't it? Like you find these channels where people aren't answering questions, and you go in and answer them for them. But
I think it's actually a new feature it's either on Instagram or on TikTok where. I think it's TikTok where if you have a video, there's a reply video feature. So it's like, it's going to show up on my page with the comment that came from there. So there's an opportunity of doing that, but not necessarily on.
So I could go to your TikTok and make a video replying to one of your comments.
Yes. I saw that. I haven't tried it yet, but it's a whole world that's happening right now.
That is massive. Okay, I'm going to have to watch for that because sometimes it's just like, I don't know what to make a video about. And so you can go to some of these places. And again, you're approaching 500,000 followers on TikTok. And I know you're good about engaging with your audience, but there might be some things that get missed, with people that have massive audiences. So I didn't know that. That's really, really cool. All right. 6 ways to market your business with vertical video. Number 5, Keenya, what do you got?
It's definitely repurposing. Okay. Because yes, you're going to have to get started, and so like, if you are someone who is like, I just need the basics, then of course I would say, okay, you want to start on Facebook because it's like the basics of the basics is probably on Facebook. But the beauty of like let's just say you started on TikTok is that when you learn how to remove the watermark, now you can then take that video and instead of you having to create 7 pieces of content, now you can upload it in 7 different places. You know, you can put it on Instagram, you can put it on YouTube, on Facebook, on Pinterest idea pins. You can turn it into a blog post, put it on LinkedIn, you know, and like a lot of times with my team, we create one piece of content and then they put captions on it. And throughout the week, that same video is being, you know, like repurposed in all the different places. And that keeps me from having to come up with so much content because so many people have and are experiencing creator burnout because they're having to create so much content, but you don't have to. But not only that, once you create one video, your team or you, that can turn it, the topic can turn into a blog post topic. It can turn into an Instagram carousel. It can turn into like an infographic. So many things it can turn into, so many tweets that you probably can put into a 1 minute for a video.
And so, yeah, so you're talking about obviously repurposing across all these platforms. And then did you say repurposing as ads too?
Oh, absolutely. So my top performing ad on Facebook and Instagram is a TikTok video. I did it using a trending sound, and then I added text on screen to it, and then we ran it as an ad, and it's our most top performing ad right now. I watched Amy Porterfield do it as well, because like she wasn't a vertical video person for the longest time, but she created a video on her Instagram, and I watched it do well on Instagram. And then a couple weeks later, I saw it run as an ad. Now she runs it every single time she's doing her content, something school. She's like, yeah, it works.
That's cool. Yeah. It's interesting that you brought up Amy, who obviously has a massive audience and like a $10 million business. For, you know, if you are in an industry where people are not taking advantage of this vertical video, you have the opportunity to stand out. And sometimes the biggest competitors won't do it because their business is fine, right? And it's this massive cruise ship and it takes a lot to turn a cruise ship. And so you have this opportunity to get in there. Now, that being said, is if you talk about the right things, even in a crowded field and really engage your audience, you can still stand out with vertical video. So, all right. One more before we get to that really quick though. Keenya brought a gift for everybody. And so sometimes it's like, oh gosh, what am I going to put in these videos? And we talked about a couple of ideas here, but she's got these video templates that you can grab, and essentially it'll walk you through exactly how to go through. I downloaded it too. It's really detailed.
Thank you.
If you've ever downloaded something free and you're like, oh, good, thank you for the Google Doc with 4 words on it. You could have just told me the words. This is not that. So if you want to grab that, you can log on and go to KeenyaKelly.com/video templates. And Keenya spells her name Keenya, Kelly, KELLY.com/video templates. And you can grab that right now. All right. 6 ways to market your business with vertical video. Number 6, you brought up repurposing and ads. And I think it's an incredible opportunity for people that do paid ads. And this is kind of the process it sounds like you went through to test out things before you spend any money on them. So people that do paid ads all the time, and this is just part of the process, is they'll put like 9 ads out there and they'll put a little money behind them. They try and see what works. Well, if your content worked, your vertical video worked for free and did really well organically, it's probably going to do well as an ad as well. And so rather than, it can add up, for some advertisers are like, okay, yeah, we're going to test these out, $10 a day. There's 9 ads. All of a sudden you're at nearly $100 a day. A week has gone by and it's $700 later. And it's like, oh, what if you could do that for free? So I think that's a really incredible opportunity. And it sounds like you're kind of already doing that, right? When you see something pop off organically, then you go, all right, maybe we'll put some more money behind this.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's like, I don't mind spending the money to test, but it's like, if I don't have to, why would I do that? And when you already know how your audience is responding to a thing, like, if you see the amount of opt-ins you're getting from an organic post or whatever, it's like, dude, this is it. But then what you could do, you could test that thing a couple different ways. You can re-record it or different text on screen with that particular, but instead of you designing all this stuff and then going, oh, all that flop, let me try this, test it on organic, like you said, Jerry, and then, retesting that particular thing with the different copies or text on screen.
It's funny when you talk to people that do ads full time, because part of the job, or at least people who do the creative, and I did the creative when I used to work at an agency, is it's kind of like 90% of what I create is going to fail. It's kind of like the Hollywood model where they make 10 new TV shows and just hope one works.
Yeah.
So it can be discouraging for sure, but more discouraging if you're having to spend money to even find that out. So
exactly.
All right. Our question of the week, which is tied back to these vertical videos that we're talking about, TikToks, YouTube Shorts, Facebook, and Instagram Reels. Kylie said, I've been posting lots of Instagram Reels and I'm reaching lots of new people, but it's not turning into sales. What am I doing wrong? And, this is something that we saw a lot when vertical video sort of exploded in 2022. People were like, wow, I reached 25,000 people. I didn't make any money. So I'll let you chime in first. What would you say to Kylie based on the limited information that we have?
So the first thing that I would say is I'm curious of, did you give people a call to action in your video, or was your video telling them that you could solve a problem for them and that they could grab more information from it? The second thing that I would wonder is, like, in your bio, is does your bio say who you are and how you solve, what problem you solve? And then giving the call to action in your bio. Because a lot of times for me, a video will do whatever it does, and I need to make sure that I'm engaging in my comment section to give people the CTA, and then my bio. But lastly, one of the things that I do very intentionally with Facebook and with Instagram is we use the app called ManyChat, because ManyChat can send automated DMs. And so like right now we're promoting a course that we have. And we're like, in my video, whatever I'm saying, I know it has potential to reach a lot of people, but on screen, it's going to say, for more help, comment vertical. And if someone comments vertical, then it's going to send them a DM with the sale. So there's some of the strategies that you want to be implementing to, like, make sure people are taking an action from a video that has viral potential.
We need that on TikTok is what we need. Because, this is, so to answer your question, Kylie, one of the biggest opportunities that I think people miss, or the thing they don't realize sometimes, is it's like, oh, I reached all these people, and let's say that you did talk about the problem you solve and you got lots of engagement, and it wasn't like a one-off video where you pranked your significant other or something like that. That's not going to lead to business generally. But let's say you did all that stuff right and you still didn't get any sales, which I've seen happen over and over again. We have to remember that these platforms, these vertical video platforms, are often the first time somebody is even seeing us and discovering us. And so they don't know you, they don't like you, they don't trust you. And so they're not going to jump to buying really quick, right? As consumers, we all go through this buyer journey, customer journey. There's a lot of marketing jargon around it. Yeah. And so one of the things that I've done in my program is I created this framework that I call the DATE framework. And it talks about the different stages people go through. And so it's an anagram, right? That's when something spells it out, anagram. Yeah. So discovery, that first they're discovering you, then they're an acquaintance, then they're talking to you, then they're enchanted with you, like, oh, Kenya's great, and then when the time is right, they buy, and so when you start getting sales, it becomes the DATES framework. And no time to go into all of that right this second, but if you want to learn more about this, I have a whole free masterclass on it. And so if you go to 5minutesocialmedia.com/masterclass, you can sign up and learn the whole DATE framework. I teach the whole thing for free in there, because this was the thing I saw through all the second half of 2022 and so far in 2023, where people are like, yeah, I can reach people, but where's the sales? That's the part that I'm, not getting.
Yep.
So, yeah. So thank you for the question, Kylie. We love questions. They lead to great discussion. So always feel free to reach out if you have a question that you would like us to answer on the show. Next week on the 6 ways to not grow on YouTube. Now, of course, you can do the opposite of these things, and you will be able to grow on YouTube. So I'm excited for that. For podcast listeners, if you want any of the links or to connect with our guest, Keenya Kelly, today, you can check the show notes or go to the6ways.com/1, because this is episode number 1. And remember, you can get Kenya's vertical video templates by going to KenyaKelly.com/video templates, KenyaKelly.com/video templates. So, Keenya, thank you so much for being on the show and being my first guest. I am so honored that you're here. And thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
The 6 Ways is recorded every Friday before a live online audience. To join us for the live backstage pre-party and the after-show Q&A, find all of the upcoming shows at the6ways.com. And remember to take action on something you heard today and let us know how it goes.